on Doing Good, and of course, what we are celebrating today on this AMA, which is this partnership that I'm not going to give any intels because David is here. He's a trusted team member. He, will- he deserves getting the surprise. Hola, David. Hola, and
Hola. Am I allowed to be here?
you are allowed, of
Of
course. This is a
course.
surprise for trusted team members.
Okay, great. I don't know why I can't get my camera to work, but glad to be here. I'll shut up and listen.
We can see you.
Well, yeah, we can see you perfectly, man. All gravy. Well, thank you guys so very much for. Are we good to go, or should we wait till it's recording?
Yeah, some people. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, Santi's here. Hi, Santi. Um,
Oh,
and then there's what else coming. But yeah, so I guess we can start. So since we are like 6 minutes past the hour. So welcome to this Doing Good AMA featuring Trusted Seed members and community. We are at Common Stack server. As you might know, Trusted Seed is a curated community of philanthropists, experts in Web3, but also non-technical people who wants to support, fund, research, develop public goods. And this is why we have wonderful organizations, members that are here to support us and organizations like Doing Good. And we are super, super excited to announce that we are having a partnership with Doing Good, which is launching this amazing, I would say product, but I believe this is more than a product. This is just like an opportunity to change the world. And as you guys have this goal to support sustainability, climate change, nonprofit organizations, and a bunch of stuff that you will tell us a little bit more. But welcome everyone, and thank you for coming, for listening, for giving play to this recording. And yeah, welcome you guys. Who wants to start to intro yourself from Doing Good?
I'll nominate first the lady in the room from our team. This lady's first, Melvera, to introduce herself and, of course, like what she's done in the space, and then what we're doing here at Doing Good, or what she's doing, and we'll kind of go down the line.
Oh, Sammy. Super happy to be here with everyone. Thank you so much to the Trusted Seeds community and team for welcoming us. We're so happy. I can't express how happy I am to be together with you guys. Just to say, and I mentioned this on our last call before, but I am so grateful for everything Trusted Seeds is doing, and Common Stack as well, but Trusted Seeds, of course. And it's such an honor and privilege to be together in this, personally, honestly. So I'm Melvera. I'm originally from Colombia, which is where I'm in right now. Typically, you'll find me in the US, but actually, I should say kind of around the world lately. And in the previous years as well. I've been in this space for about 5 or 6 years now. Originally came in noticing what happened in Puerto Rico and realizing that as beautiful as this technology can be, if we don't educate as many people as possible, there are going to be many that are left behind. So came in originally as an educator in education, was the vice president of Blockchain Education Network, which is a global nonprofit going for about 7 or 8 years now, educating students all over the world in universities. Continued on with some supply chain traceability with coffee growers here in Colombia, a nonprofit, an ecological blockchain nonprofit here in Colombia, helping students in the comunas, which is the areas that are with the most poverty, and did some more stuff. I won't get into it because 5 or 6 years is a lot to cover. But really grateful to have gotten into the DoinGud family at a really early start. Manu and I met each other at DevCon Osaka and really hit it off, ended up building a little community together, all of us, and traveling Japan and Korea together. And I, for a while, was saying, I just want to do, and I'm not kidding, I just want to do good. I just want to live a life where I can do good and where people get rewarded for doing so. And that's what I want to do with my life. And a couple months later, I was talking to Manu and he's like, hey, so what are you doing now? We're starting this project called DoinGud from a project that we did called Fight Pandemics. And I think you'd be really great here. And so I came in originally building some education and then just continued on, and really proud to say part of the founding team. Andy here is one of the founders. And just what I do now for DoinGud is I lead comms and community, but really it's a whole team effort. Everyone is always working and bringing and leading together. And we're really excited. We launched the marketplace last December, and now we're coming out with the protocol. And it's just really exciting to bring everyone's perspective together, everyone in Trusted Seed and communities all around, so that we can really build tools that are going to keep empowering people to do good. We know we don't know everything. We know there's a lot that many bring to the table and a lot of perspectives to consider and to put together. We like to say bringing together the puzzle pieces to really make this beautiful Web3 for good. So that's me. Thank you, Sammy, for nominating me to start.
I'll go ahead and swing myself over next so that I can take the next little stab at this, guys. Thank you, Mel. Appreciate that. So my name is Sammy Del Real. I go by SDR on Twitter, and as you can see here on Discord. I've also spent some time in this space myself. I got into crypto back in late 2016, where in 2017, 18, and 19, I spent most of my time developing a large-scale solar farm here in Mojave, California, where we built a 20 megawatt solar farm on 50 acres of land, utilizing all that energy to mine Bitcoin. So I spent a lot of time traveling the world, speaking at conferences on the narrative that is often spoken about sustainability and how crypto is not necessarily the best for sustainability, and how, in fact, in some cases, this narrative can be actually swapped in its head by saying, we have a very energy intensive mechanism that exists that incentivizes the use of renewable energies. And so in that kind of whole world, when I met Andrew and I met Manu, they were kind of talking about solar punk, and I'm like, what is this? What are you talking about? And here we are, about a year later. I actually got an opportunity to meet Mel in 2018 in Toronto, when we were actually like the key sponsors of like the Futures Conference or something like this. And Mel was talking to me a little bit about what she was doing in Colombia. And it was probably about a year later. It was like soon after the pandemic that I reconnected with Mel about DoinGud. And it was something that, for me, I realized that from just doing what I was doing with the solar project, and like how, if I realized what Web3 can be. We have something in our hands where we can build it and change kind of like the infrastructures of how the internet works, and how we correlate, sustainability or doing good for that matter into something completely different. And some of that kind of also was led by example with what Doing Good kind of did with ETH Barcelona. ETH Barcelona was an event that was highly curated around DAOs, NFTs, public goods, social goods, inclusivity, and diversity. And something that was really important for us to showcase was this notion, as I said before, that sustainability cannot be profitable or doing good cannot be profitable, changed. And we showed it really clearly at that event. Why? Mostly because we had 2,500 individuals that came to this event. We did NF tickets with Doing Good with our protocol. We were able to create this tool set with NF tickets. And within that, there was quadratic funding. The participants were all able to vote on either project or social impact organization that they cared most about. And we were able to fund over $30,000 USD to said projects, which was pretty significant. And so on top of that, the event in itself was a plastic-free event. It was a net positive event. And again, because of the fact that we were able to showcase that this was a intentional, we were doing this with sustainability in mind, with public goods, social impact organizations in mind, we can still move forward and make a net positive event. So that kind of fast forward into like everything that Mel just already said about us being open and available for the last year. This project has been built on Polygon, and everything that you see today is a marketplace where creators, collectors, and social impact organizations can come together and collect their works, right? That being said, being built on Polygon, as we know that the collector base isn't necessarily here, still, we've been able to amass over $400,000 in NFT sales, $90,000 going to social impact organizations on chain, and now to the point where we're opening up the next phase of what Doing Good is. Doing Good was always meant to be a DAO, and as we've all kind of been in this space for some time, maybe not, but if you've been reading enough about this, it takes some time to actually do this properly, and we wanted to do it right. So figure out great mechanics, great ways for us to kind of utilize the toolings that exist today, bringing all the communities that we've gotten a chance to meet with over the year, and start, as Mel said, bringing all the different pieces of the puzzle together. It doesn't go by one group or one individual that this is going to make the change. So we're so stoked to have you guys at Common Stack with us. We're so stoked with Trusted Seed to be a part of this. And we're gonna do some really special things. So that's a little bit about myself. Andrew, co-founder over here, let him take it away and talk a little bit about the membership and everything that we've got cooking.
Thank you, Sammy. Well, I don't know much more to add. You two covered so much of what's going on. But yeah, by way of intro, I guess, yeah, one of the co-founders here at Doing Good. I guess my story starts with my background in finance and consulting, but not at a big bank or big consulting, but actually at a cooperative, one of the largest in the US. It's called Land O'Lakes. And I always thought this idea of member ownership was super cool, and never knew that I'd find my way into Web3 where a lot of the principles are similar, but happy to find my way here. And kind of the journey continued. I moved from there to pursue social entrepreneurship, and that's where I went to Madrid to live for a couple years, doing a master's in social entrepreneurship. And while finishing that, I first launched an ed tech company where we were building a program to teach kids how to be safe and responsible on the internet, kind of with all the issues of kids growing up in today's world and the toxic nature of big tech. And again, like through this and building that startup is when I stayed close to Manuel Zuru, another co-founder, who, kind of fun fact, I met 10 years ago. Everyone would call me the crazy gringo that studied abroad in Venezuela. In 2012, Manu was a brother to me then, and we stayed close over the years. So once I moved to Europe, closer to him, we stayed connected, and he kind of shared more about what was going on in Web3 and like, wow, how well it aligned with kind of the future that I saw too. And first joined to work together on building Fight Pandemics, which Mel hinted at briefly, where we were building a program to connect those in need of help with those that were looking to provide help during the pandemic, no matter what it may be. And that was kind of like the start of us building a community of people that just wanted to build something for good. Just like Mel said, like there's so many of us in the space that we see that just like are looking for a place to help, looking for something to build for good. And then from that, it spun out into Doing Good, where we saw this opportunity where creators are often the people that are behind impact organizations, that are some of the most philanthropical individuals that are looking to to support their local communities. And that's where the initial idea for the NFT marketplace came in, is that these two worlds are really synergistic and like can really be supportive of and lifting each other up. So that's when DoinGud was born. That's when we started building the marketplace and built the team. Obviously, like right now, I kind of help oversee operations and finance with my background in those areas and partnerships, and try to stay out of the way of Sammy and Mel doing the community building and crushing that side of things. And like they mentioned, after getting the marketplace out there on Polygon and getting some good traction, delivering impact to these organizations, we're really excited about this next step that we're in now, which is opening it up and kind of bring a larger community to delivering impact. And that's kind of what comes with this protocol that we're developing. And in this sense, with the protocol will come the DAO. And the idea of curating this community is finding other communities in this space that we've already been working with in certain aspects in the past, but look to even work more closely with going forward, and kind of building this mesh network of communities and projects that are all here with similar values and lifting each other up, whether it's co-marketing, events, tech integrations, like really all the like. So it's really important for us to be collaborating and working together. So that was the whole idea for this community membership, and what leads into also a Good Souls membership that we'll get into a bit more detail. And I'll say actually Trusted Seed, I can say, was the first community that actually got recommended as we were iterating on this idea. Manu and I were meeting with our advisor, Owen Barnes. I'm not sure if anyone knows him here, but he's kind of advised a lot of projects. And when we were thinking of this idea and how we bring communities together, Trusted Seeds came up first. It's like, this is the type of community that the alignment of values could not be stronger. Obviously, the expertise and like the amazing work that the Trusted Seeds network does is like the perfect fit for like what we're hoping to do with this membership. So really excited when I think we started talking with Max and getting feedback on the idea, and if it made a lot of sense, and so happy to be here with you guys today to jam on it a bit more.
No, we are so grateful for you to have you guys in our community. First of all, I think knowing each of you and learning your stories on how you guys got connected. You all have like Manu in common, but at the same time, it demonstrates the value of the networking, especially in Web3, when good people actually meets with other good people, and we have this monster that is this technology that enables us to just basically get together and build something, that a solution, a tool, a product that can actually be sustainable, profitable, but also supportive, to be open in a way that we can share more knowledge and keep developing and innovate and bring in more people to basically do good, just as we are here, and just like how these both organizations are connected in terms of Trusted Seed being we are basically recruiting people for public goods, and you guys are developing the tools that they can use to actually do great stuff with you guys. So I want to, of course, thank you for considering our community for this membership, and also I want to know a little bit more, like, what is the membership, right? Like, why is this product or this membership existing, and what can we do with it? I don't know, Mel or Andrew or SDR.
Well, so yeah, part of what's really exciting, mind you, we mentioned that like everything that has been done thus far has been built on Polygon, right? So with us opening up to being a DAO and doing this membership sale, that also entails us kind of expanding our protocol to, again, from the very beginning, we've always wanted to be a blockchain agnostic protocol. So first starting on Polygon, now that the merge has happened and we see that Ethereum is much more sustainable. Now it gives us the trigger for us to be able to go ahead and make the switch now. So we've been working on getting over to ETH. And then, of course, soon after that, we'll be continuing on the process of going to furthermore EVM compatible blockchains. That being said, we are launching our membership, our Good Souls membership, which is a non-transferable membership. We're utilizing soul-bound tokens as this. Why we're doing this is because, again, we're really kind of leaning onto the idea of what this technology enables, and some of which is about reputation, all right? And like having a badge that stipulates, in fact, that you are what you say you are, right? Which is a human or an organization or a protocol or a brand that is committed to doing good, being transparent in where funds go, et cetera, et cetera. So we're doing these community memberships, and the way that we're kind of running this is how Andrew initiated. Like, we've got at this present moment like 40 different communities that have come on board, from Bankless to Cortex to Shapeshift to Cult DAO to yourselves. And what does all that really mean? Well, you guys have a really amazing community, and we want to be able to open up this membership opportunity to that community via an allow list. Why this matters is because this all inherently gives also Common Stack and Trusted Seeds a really great viewpoint on like, okay, cool. Well, we have our DAO, the DoinGud Meta DAO, and then we're going to have sub DAOs or guilds underneath these. And those guilds or sub DAOs will be generalized or public, kind of generalized topics, whether that be poverty, whether that be food, whether that be disaster relief, whether that be education, whatever impact that one wants to make. And underneath those guilds, you will then be able to have your own initiatives. So let's say Trusted Seed had their initiative to clean up beaches or wanted to go somewhere, you would be able to do so under this guild. And from there, I will allow for Mel or Andy to kind of pick up on like exactly how and why that is opening up any initiative or rather visibility to your communities.
Yeah, so thanks, Sammy. I hinted a little earlier about, for us, how we want to bring the puzzle pieces together. That's really what this is about, right? We are moving on to Ethereum. We are launching the protocol. This is all an expansion of tools of how we can continue not only just transparent funding, but transparent impact. But that's what we're here to do, to continue empowering and building tools for everyone to be able to do good. And that's why it's so important for us, this membership, because we realize that together as a team, we've been able to build NFT tickets with quadratic funding for ETH Barcelona, build the protocol, build the marketplace. But we're confident that there are many more tools that are needed around the world that perhaps we're not aware of. I'm sure there are tools that community members from Trusted Seed knows that are needed that we can build. There are tools that we've probably built already that Trusted Seed may say, hey, I actually want to use NFT tickets for this, or I want to use, actually, we've gotten feedback from the community already. We would like to use what you use for the manifesto to do good with our community. So it's really a way for us to bring, like I mentioned earlier, these puzzle pieces. We're all here to do good, right? The communities that are coming on for the membership are here to are value aligned and mission aligned. So we're all coming together and saying, hey, instead of kind of competing or stepping on each other's toes, or maybe there are some gaps that are missing in what we're doing, let's fill them. Let's come together, let's bring those again puzzle pieces together and communicate and talk about what's needed. At the same time, what does the membership entail? Well, as you know, our protocol's coming out, our DAO's coming out, so it entails, of course, access to all of those pieces. I mentioned earlier that what I wanted to be able to do is do good and be rewarded. Well, that's a part of our protocol that Sammy was mentioning earlier, where you have a sub-DAO. For example, here, there's been a lot of rain in Colombia and there's been floods. So I would create a sub-DAO for floods in Colombia, and there are organizations underneath that are supporting and creating that impact. And there are citizens like myself reporting on the impact of these organizations for the floods, and everyone that participates in these sub-DAOs gets rewarded. And so in the individual membership, we want to reward even more those who are coming in as members of our Genesis membership, right? So one, for individual members that come in as part of Trusted Seeds, you're already getting a discount because Trusted Seeds is a community member, and as a part of Trusted Seeds, you get a discount for the individual membership. And as part of the Genesis membership, for being a part of the first membership we've ever had, you get continued discounts in any future membership. And then sorry, Andy, go ahead. Oh.
That's where I thought I could maybe jump in. I have the details. I can share a screen to make it very clear, because I know there's a lot going on, and maybe it'd be really helpful to just like walk through it step by step, because I know everyone's got a lot. But basically, yeah. What was that?
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see if I can share screen here. I haven't done it. I don't know if I've ever shared screen in Discord so much. But it looks like it's up. Yep. So just a real direct on what the membership entails. So as Mel and Sammy mentioned, it's kind of delivered in two steps, both like a community membership and then individual memberships. And this is where we mentioned Trusted Seeds came first to mind for this community membership, and specifically in what we're calling the Impact and Diversity Community tier. We decided to kind of do 4 different tiers where the impact and diversity communities were targeted to like make sure that we had those focused communities within the DAO, and then other projects that might be building other key tools in the space but maybe aren't 100% focused on impact to also be part of this community that we're building. And we had those at different prices and different kind of perks that came with these different tiers. So Trusted Seeds is an impact and diversity community that's confirmed here, where have access to these individual memberships at the 25% discount. And I'll talk more about the Good Souls membership, and then also there's 20 seats or free seats, if you will, into the community as well, which can be determined at a later date. We're talking about that we're looking for the individuals that are going to be hyperactive as well, along with other perks basically around how we're looking to collaborate going forward, with that being events and other activations in the future. So after the allow list comes the individual membership, and this is where the allow list comes in. Here's some of these Good Souls membership soulbound tokens, like mentioned. They're all animated, have those in the wallet. But then here's what the individual memberships mean for those that join, where yes, the community membership seats get access to the community, but then with the individual memberships, there's also added rewards, like Mel and Sammy mentioned, at these various different tiers. And as an impact community, the all of these will be at the 25% discount versus the regular price for those that will be able to join after the allow list. And here the concept on having very, especially at the lowest tier at least, access to the community was that we've learned a lot in the space how when there's no entry point or no threshold to join, that a lot of times you might have a community that gets kind of flooded with not so committed members and people that don't necessarily have skin in the game. So this was another feedback point with our advisors and such, that like the best way to curate a strong community was reaching out to community partners that fit, and then also having at least like a low entry barrier for those that join. And then we'll also look for like sponsorships and other programs to make sure that we bring the right people to the community, even if the price is too much. But here's the principle around the community memberships, and then the Good Souls memberships. And then I think the other thing mentioned was just all the other communities that are joining us. So here's just a quick peek, I guess, at those that have joined us thus far, and still some more that are finalizing proposals and such. So,
Andy, maybe you can go back to the slide of the where it showed the rewards, and then we can also show the quadratic funding that we're doing for impact organizations. The one prior, yeah, there. Yeah, so as mentioned here, you can see the percentage of increase for member rewards when participating in the protocol. It goes from 0.5% all the way to 48% in the angel tier. And so this, again, would just be an additional percentage of rewards for participating in the protocol. Doing any good, reporting any good, creating a sub-DAO, just doing good. And then if you go on into the quadratic funding, there we go. So we really do believe in the act of doing good in everything you do, and we want to, show that this is something that everyone can do, and that we can do good in everything. And so, percentage of the proceeds. So if we, depending on meeting certain goals or levels. So from 0 to 500,000, we would take 5% into donations to a quadratic funding pool, which would lead to a max funding of 25,000 for impact organizations or impact projects in our community. And it goes on and on. So from 500,000 to a million, 10%, that would be 50,000, an additional 50,000, so on and so forth. And if we exceed 1.25 million, then that would be 50% of the donations into impact projects. And so for us, again, this is really about the community. This is really about everyone coming together. This is really about empowering everyone. And we know that there are a lot of incredible impact organizations and projects such as Trusted Seed that are doing an amazing amount of work and good in the world, in research, in local initiatives, in development, in processes, and we're really here to support one another. And so for that reason, we have that quadratic funding pool to continue to support projects that are having an impact. Do you have any other questions?
yeah, sorry, it's probably an information overload. We can share some key links that have a lot of these details too,
Yeah, I
if
was
that's
going to say,
helpful.
you can feel free to share all the links on our community hall chat, so everyone can go back, read on their own pace, but also we can go and check them out during the week. But thank you for this. And now we understand a little bit more on how this allowlist will work. Of course, I want to clarify some points on this side of the river. So the allowlist would be members, active members of the Trusted Seed, meaning that these are all the token holders, trust token holders that are right now active on our membership. We are a little bit more of 140 members right now. And so those are the ones who will have access, this exclusive access to the membership discount and all these features that we just talked about. Will, if I'm not a member of the Trusted Seed, can I get a part of the allowed list in the future? I believe by the conversations we have with DoinGud, and I will clarify and confirm this, but basically you guys are opening the memberships allow list by seasons, right? So don't worry if you are right now you're not a member of the trusted seed and we send the allowed list to DoinGud and you were not on that allowed list for the next season. If you are a member of the trusted seed, that batch of members will be part of the allowed list. We will just have to wait a little bit on the next season to open, but this partnership is made with love and everyone will be eventually part of it. And this is great. um, yeah. So we have the floor open. If there's anything more to add for now, we have the floor open for you guys to have. If you have any questions, Ivy, Gina, David, Sandy, you guys are part of our community. Please go ahead, make some questions. If you don't have any questions, you can give your feedback, any comments, anything that you want to add.
And maybe I can clarify here too. There are actually other ways to get on the allow list. There's other discounts and other ways that we're trying to bring this aligned community together. I was looking for the blog post that explains some of the other ways that are possible to join still with the discounted allow list. We'll find that and share that as well. But yeah, you nailed it. Right, there'll be additional seasons, more opportunities in the future. But yeah, just wanted to clarify that point. I'm here for questions.
I've also shared in here for you guys. There are like some roles that can be kind of acquired via this membership page, so that you can go into our Discord and kind of engage with us in there and participate and get some of those roles. There are some nice little perks there that come with that as well.
Well, Santi says that everything is pretty clear, and thanks for the detailed explanation. So, yeah, I want to, yeah, is there one open
No,
mic?
go ahead. I had some, if the community didn't have any questions, I had some questions for the community, but if you have some more questions for us, I'm super here for it.
Yeah, so I was going to ask if there's any extra step, because of course we have the allow list and you get this email on, yeah, you can access and blah, 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 but is there an extra step that the community members should do to access?
No, just get ready for the sale that's coming. We're gonna have lots of exciting ways to also just have fun with the community and show kind of like how you embody the expansion of love. For us, the theme around our good souls is the impact universe, and the impact universe is a place where good souls come together and are able to embody love and act with love and live in a place of love. So we have this meditation that we've created. It's what we see as the embodiment of love, and we have some example videos coming out soon. And if you guys have your own way in which you embody the expansion of love, we'd love to see that and share with everyone as well. We also have happy hours every Friday where we're doing a meditation and a space for gratitude, and also having more conversations around impact DAOs and what's the good, what's not so great, what's missing, and those kinds of conversations every Friday at 2 p.m. EST. We're having one this Friday, of course, so we'd love to see you guys there. And we are just so excited to share more with the community. When the sale goes live, you'll essentially just connect your wallet, the wallet that you hold your trust, and that's been shared with us so that you're able to receive that discount. And then you'll also be able to buy for a friend if you'd like. So if there is a friend of yours that maybe isn't on the allow list, but you would like to, be an awesome friend and is also someone who loves the act of doing good and wants to participate in the doing good community, then
Actually,
yeah.
no, I was just gonna chime in there because we just found a technical limitation we had that buying for a friend, they have to be in the allow list too at the discount.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you have a friend, suggest sharing with them the manifesto, and even if they're not part of the Trusted Seeds, but vibe with the manifesto that we released, that's another way to be part of this.
Even better.
Yeah.
Even better. So yeah, either way, you can buy for a friend if they don't have or aren't able to make the sale on time, or something's going on with their internet, or for whatever reason, you can buy for a friend. And you'll be able to buy any of the tiers you'd like, and see them on there. And we're really just super excited to see you guys on there and start engaging and communicating and sharing ideas and share more of what's coming up next. Anything to add, Andy or Sammy?
I think you nailed it.
Nah, all gravy.
I have a tough question just in case. Um, can people be removed from the allowed list, or can a community be removed for the allowed list? What are these conditions that you might be removed from your membership, or if there's any limitations that you guys put in place?
That's a very good question. Wouldn't be an AMA without one tough question thrown in there at least. So far, I'll say the only individuals we've blocked from the membership allow list are those that have tried to game the system on the website already, I guess, or have what's the I need the legal terminology here for the proper wording, but those that have either tried to submit like pornography to our marketplace, or those that have basically acted in bad faith, that we do have those wallets that won't be given access to the allow list. And we haven't fully defined other conditions in the future. There are like terms and conditions around the Good Souls membership that are on the web page there. But haven't fully thought through, or I guess defined out other bad things. But good question. It has come up as a thought that we're working towards. I don't know, Mel or Sammy, if you have thoughts on that too.
Yeah, that's why we've been so focused on working with communities that are value aligned, and have amazing community members that have already, I guess the word can be vetted, that act in good faith. And of course, like, we are a community that doesn't tolerate any bullying or any kind of like anyone who's acting in bad faith or being disrespectful. I don't think we'll right away kind of like cut them out. We'll communicate and make sure that it's clear, this isn't something that we stand with. But if there is someone that's being very harmful and the rest of the community agrees that this is someone that doesn't resign with our values, or align with our values, and overall, like, community consensus is this person isn't really being positive but more harmful, then, as I mentioned, we'll talk to them, and if it continues, then yeah, we'll make the measures needed. But it's overall, like, as we're moving into the protocol in DAO, really something that it's not a centralized decision per se. It's really for the whole community to come together and kind of vote and communicate and solve. We do have some guidelines for nonviolent communication tools and for feedback and kind of like moments of mediation if needed, but we don't really believe it'll get to that, because we've really been working with communities that have amazing community members and are value aligned, and already have been able to build a community that also aligns with those values. But in case it were to happen, I believe this is how we would work with it.
And to kind of also say something regarding the social impact organizations or something like this, that's a big topic as well, and that's part of what the DAO will, like the overarching DAO will be able to kind of vote on. If we see that certain certain social impact organizations aren't doing their reporting, aren't being transparent with where the impact is being made, if there is impact being made, where the funds are going, etc., the overarching DAO will be able to facilitate, the either removal or onboarding of DAOs or other organizations for that matter. Sorry.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, sorry for the question, but yeah, of course, this is kind of reaffirming that just as trusted seed is a curated community. And when we say, I believe one person told me, like, it's hard to listen to curated because it feels exclusive. But then when we are trying to impact and to do good and create social changes, we want these to be as transparent, as safe, and as the less invasive as possible when we are reaching physical communities and digital communities, because at the end, we want to be a very open space, but that means that sometimes you have to put filters so anyone gets harmed. And it comes like a tough question, but at the end is the safetiness of the space, and these are very important topics to discuss so everyone can feel safe. I think yeah.
I
Would you
just
like
wanted to
to
say thank you for the question. It's a really important one, and not many ask it. And for us, like, we talk about doing good. It's important for those who are in the community to do good by one another, and so it's such an important question, and we really appreciate that. And it's just another testimony of why we're so grateful to be with you guys, and the perspective that everyone brings together.
Yeah, I was actually writing it in our channel after you asked it, to make sure that we're still
I will
making
come
progress
back
on
and
that.
look at
Yeah.
yeah, no, I will come back and see how we can help also. Yeah, as I said, like Trusted Seed, of course, we have we go by Eleanor Sofstrom's principles, and or one of the principles is like graduated sunshine, and it's not like we are the bad cops. We just want to be a safe community. And that's the priority in every single community we participate in. But yeah, thank you for your honest answers. I do want to add, as we come to the end of the space, Kevin Owoki, I have seen some of his presentations, but also in the Green Pill book, he and Griff actually connect each other's speech or presentation, saying that we are in a money in a money Lego systems with the ecosystem of blockchain for good. Now we call it impact DAOs and refi and all this stuff. But with doing good, I can see how this metaphor can be love Legos, where communities come by and support each other, collaborate, and this is not necessarily monetary, but it can be reputation, it can be support, it can be these soulbound tokens that means everyone is acting in good faith, meaning with love. And this is something that I want to put there, out there. Thank you, you guys, for allowing us to be part of your community. You guys are very important in our community too. So I'm very grateful to be here. I don't know. I open the floor again. We have only remaining 5 minutes. Yeah.
I know that you guys wanted to share something about the unconference you're doing. So
Yes.
want to make sure we hear about that, but also giving space for anyone who might have any questions or thoughts or anything at all.
And we can't move too fast from your last comment. I love that love Legos analogy you just made. Like that. Wow.
You
Like,
stole that
yes,
one,
that,
but thank you.
no, please. Sorry, I know there's more to talk, but I didn't want that to brush under the rug. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Andy,
No
for
worries.
saying that. Yeah, you're right. It was amazing.
Yeah, so of course, as Trusted Seas is moving on to a next phase on creating spaces for our community to not only collaborate but to learn, to be integrated in our values and principles. We created this space called the Trusted Seed on Conference, where literally people can come, share knowledge, debate, create tough questions, create meaningful questions, and just share openly how we can transform Web3 refi in a way that is sustainable, profitable, and all this stuff. But very importantly, together. This is a space created and that has been made with a lot of effort from Trusted Seed team, Max, Ivy, Dine, and myself. But the invitation is completely open. You don't have to be a Trusted Seed member. You don't have to be necessarily a Web3 person employee. If you are interested in refi, in Web3, how technology can be used to create impact, you can come to the on conference, share your questions, and share whatever discussions you want to create, and we are open for that. Gina, Ivy, I don't know if you guys can help me with the link for the on conference on the chat. But anyways, our DMs are open. The invitation is open, of course, to join Doing Good server to participate in discussions. I think this community again is this love to spread and to collaborate with each other. So thank you so much for coming. And yeah, we made it. We survived
Thank you
our night
guys.
with Doing Good.
Arrived.
See you very
Thank you
soon.
so very much. Take care, guys. Thank you so very much for your time. Appreciate you.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Thanks for coming.
Take care.
We'll be
Bye
in
bye.
touch.
Bye.